hello. Let's see if anybody comes in today. Hi, Beth. Sorry, I have lots of doggies and a new desk, so I am kind of trying to get used to the new desk. So you're probably going to see me fidgeting things around a bit. I apologize. I went from my little desk to a huge desk where it's got lots of space, but I'm just like, hey, what's up? I have 7 right now, Beth. So if you guys hear some noise, I apologize. I just have lots of dogs. I don't know what's going on with my sound. What can't I hear? I think I put it in the wrong hole. There we go. Yeah, it's... Let's see, I'm going to try something. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Yay, my speakers work. Okay, so, yeah, I'm babysitting some dogs. My brother is retiling his house, so it's hard to have 4 dogs when you have tile going in and out. So he asked me to wash them, which is fine. I have lots of... I love my house, but it's just... my house is so small, so it's kind of hard. So, Paranormal 101. Somebody suggested that I do this. People think paranormal is fun, and they sometimes get themselves into trouble by doing things that they don't understand. Trust me, I have felt that. I have experienced a lot of things that I don't understand. I've lived in 3 haunted houses, and I have seen the riffraff of not understanding things. So with that being said, I'm here to give everybody some tips on how to deal with a ghost. First of all, the first thing is not to mock the ghost or spirit or demon. If you're dealing with a demon, salt is your best friend. Smoking is another good friend, and also having someone to come bless the house. Either a priest, shaman, depending on your religion. That's always a plus. And now we're going to get into story time. I lived in a house where it was haunted by 3 ghosts and a small demon. I do have a funny story. It was Mother's Day. My sister-in-law had put her keys of her car on the counter. Went to go grab, take a shower and get ready for Mother's Day, take Mom out for dinner, and the keys in the car were nowhere to be found. Everyone had searched everywhere, flipped couches around, flipped chairs around, searched vehicles outside, couldn't find these keys to save her life. My brother had a semi-truck parked outside in the driveway. Everybody searched the semi-truck top to bottom. dashboard, the seat, under the seats, flipped over his bed, everything. Keys were nowhere to be found. Finally, a week later, the keys were sitting on his dashboard of his truck. Nowhere to be found. 6 people searched that truck. 6 people looked at the dashboard. Those keys were not there. And all of a sudden, they just popped up a week later after the ignition had already been changed. And we didn't need the keys anymore. So, paranormal stuff is fun if you take the right precautions. Ouija boards is not something to be played with unless you understand them. Ouija boards do open up portals that can be tough, almost impossible to close. Yes, a week. It was a week later. They were found in my brother's semi-truck on the dashboard. He made a turn in Chicago or Illinois, and they just fell down. And 7 people searched that truck, and 7 people looked at the dashboard. They weren't there. Nowhere to be found. My brother's getting rid of furniture, and he built this wonderful big computer desk, and he gave it to me. And it's kind of nice having a computer desk that I don't have everything scrunched, but my bedroom's like tighter than tight now. But the good news is I don't need a bigger desk because this is as big as I'm going to fit in my room. But I knew now I need a mouse pad because it's not like the wood is not soft like the other one was. Yeah, I also have another funny story. We had a second story. My bedroom was on the far east side. My sister-in-law's was on the far west side. I had just gotten home from work, and we all had chain locks on our doors because, we lived in an old farmhouse, and the doors wouldn't always shut all the time. And they would easily pop open with our dogs. So we always had a chain lock so that they wouldn't pop all the way open when we were in bed. So we could at least have a little bit of privacy if we needed it. My sister-in-law, I was laying in bed. I just got off of work, and I just laid in bed, took my shower, all that wonderful stuff. Laying in bed, I was just, on my phone, doing something on Facebook or whatever. I get a text message from my sister-in-law who's on the opposite end of the stairs. Will you stop stomping? I can hear you. You're really, really loud. And I'm like, I'm in bed. I'm not stomping around. I'm not even walking around. I'm in bed. No, you're not. It's your feet. I can hear you. What the heck? Why are you stomping around? Please be quiet. I'm trying to sleep. Okay. I took a picture, selfie. I'm in bed. Freaked her out. Her door, right then, as soon as she looked at the picture, she had her chain lock on, to remind you. Her door swung all the way open. Chain lock is still intact on her door. Yeah. Creepy. No. And let's just say my sister-in-law switched rooms very quickly after that. She never ever wanted to be in that room again. Don't blame her. What other creepy stories? We had a secondary living room in the basement. We had a couch, a TV, wood shelves, built-in TV entertainment stand. I fell asleep down there, watching a movie or something. I don't know. There's cable down there, so TV started flickering at 3 a.m. Just on and off. My TV kept flickering on and off. And I'm like, what's wrong with the electricity? So I'm like, there's a little alarm clock down there so you know what time it was because it's a basement. And I looked at the alarm clock and I'm like, it's not flashing. It's on the same circuit. So I'm like, what's going on? And then I hear footsteps in that room and I'm like, okay. I'm walking out. I am turning off the TV. I am going upstairs, and I'm hasta la vista. I am pretending like I didn't do anything. Yeah, that was one house. I lived in Michigan. Never ever again will I ever live there. Another funny story. We had a shed. We had a push mower, and like the old push mowers, you have to pull the bar and then start it like this. So the bar has to be intact before you can start it. And if the bar is even slightly ajar, it won't start. You have to pull start it. And every week we had to do our lawn with the push mower. We had a lot of trees, so we couldn't have a riding lawnmower because it wouldn't work all the way, because that was before the zero turn riding lawnmowers that you have today. It was a cheap house that we did fix up. Yes, we did fix it up, and we sold it to somebody whose grandmother owned that house before. And so, I'm in the backyard. We had a swing set. I don't know what my brother just wants. We had a swing set in the back of I don't know. It wasn't like a it was an adult swing set. Just one seat. And we were sitting, swinging in the swing set. That was just one big bench seat. I don't know what they were called. In the backyard, and I look over to my shed. I hear a motor running, and I'm like, "What the heck?" And like, what's going on? It's the lawnmower. It had started. And I was always wondering, because when I would put the lawnmower away, I'd always fill it full of gas. And by like the first or second swipe of the yard, like doing rows, how you mow lawn, it would run out of gas every single time. And couldn't figure out why. Well, one day I walked by, I was on that swing set and I heard the motor running, and I'm like, how the hell? Because it was a push mower. You had to just to pull start it. I was like, how the hell is it running? And the bar is like, not like this. It was like this. I was like, you know what? Walk away. Walk away. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Walk away. It did, real Beth. I didn't even walk in there. I just walked away. I turned around. Didn't even try to turn off the motor. I was like, you know what? It'll eventually run out of gas. What else? What else? A lot of creepy things happened in that house. A lot of creepy things. We had a pantry room. We'd always have our cans neatly stacked on wooden shelves that we built. They'd always be like on the floor. And that sucked, because we'd always have to put it back. We eventually turned that room into a bathroom. And oh man, just that one house. So that wasn't the second house I lived in that was haunted. The first house I lived in that was haunted was my aunt's house. She had a courtyard, which was built in the courtyard. The woods would meet the end of it, and we used to always see figures, apparitions in the woods through the courtyard, because nobody really used the courtyard for anything. I don't know why my aunt built it. She thought it was going to be cooler than it was, I guess. I don't know. And So I've been seeing ghosts all my life, or creepy things, or weird things. But the one thing I've noticed is when I went to the Hotel Cecil, my brother tried to egg things on. That's not something that you do unless you're a trained professional. Um, Also, Ouija boards, stay away from Ouija boards. Everybody wants to message me today. He's giving me the wine. Hi, everybody. This is Tazzy. He is my puppy. He doesn't exactly like the fact that we have 7 puppies. Hi, Furby. I would pick up Furby, but Furby sounds like you're going to kill her or kill him when you pick him up. So I won't do that. I won't do that to you guys. Oh, he didn't do it. This is Furby. This is my brother's dog. Or I'm sorry, my niece's dog. Usually when you pick up Furby, he sounds like you're going to kill him. Even though he's never been abused a day in his life. My niece has had him since he was a puppy. It's just he's like super babied and super spoiled. Not used to being picked up by anybody. This is Jakey. This is my brother's dog. He's not saying hi to the camera very well. He's a dash hound. He's being super camera shy. My brother didn't have a dog for years and years and years. Finally, we talked him into it. Oh, that's going to turn into a bark fest. Guys, come here. Come here. Yes, my brother has 4 dogs. And I have 3. So I have a total of 7 dogs in my house. Kind of a full house, not going to lie. But my brother has a huge house, so like 4 dogs, like, yeah, there's 4 dogs, but, you know, he's got 3 kids. So 1 for each, or 1 for him, 1 for his wife, and then 2 dogs for the kids. So it's not so bad when you think about it. Yeah, 4 dogs is a lot. Even for me, I'm like, no. Come on, Finny. Come on. I would pick up Finn, but he's a rescue dog that doesn't do well. He's still learning. He was badly abused before my brother got him. We're still working on him. So he's not exactly. Come on, Finny. Finn, come on. Come on. I don't know if I can. There's Finny. He's not really. Finny. He's not really. He's not really camera friendly right now. We're still working on him. He's not a lot better than he did. He was. Come on, Finny. Good boy. He doesn't like men, and I think a man abused him. So it's been a little bit of a process. He's a woman's dog, but he likes me. I don't know why. My brother kept telling me when I first came to his house when he got this dog, he's like, "Be careful, this dog, gets very scared and very anxious, and if he's anxious, just kind of leave him be and let him come in your own time." And he just like jumped all over me. I'm like, no. I sent a video to my brother and he goes, "That's not fair." But always do a circle of protection when it comes to occult stuff. Either a smoke signal or salt signal. Protection. Light a white candle before you do any spirit stuff. And try not to do it in your home. Keep it away from your home. Yeah, rescue dogs do come from sad situations. Most of our dogs are rescue dogs. We do believe in the ASPCA. We're sad suckers. We do support the ASPCA. We don't foster anymore. We don't exactly have enough room. We mostly adopt. All of my brother's dogs are from the ASPCA. He has adopted all of them from the shelter. So 2 of my dogs came from regular people, and then 1 of them came from the shelter. So, but I'm not saying that we've never adopted from ASPCA. We usually always adopt. My 2 dogs that I bought were from reputable breeders, and I only bought them because there was no breed in the ASPCA that I wanted. So, my puppies. And unfortunately, my dogs are spoiled more than anybody wants to claim. They're spoiled, spoiled, spoiled. Aren't you? Like this little boy is spoiled. And he's not liking the fact that everyone's taken over his spot. He goes, "I don't know about those dogs on my spot, Ma. That's my spot. Why can't I have my spot back?" Guy's getting grumpy in his older age. Yes. I do have family members who pop in from time to time for me. Mostly my grandmother in my car, my grandfather, my uncle, and my other grandmother comes in and they'll pop their head in because I have a really weird situation for my walls. And I can see them every now and again just like looking over, and my dogs will always bark there, even though there's nothing there. One night, my grandmother was at my foot of my bed, and my dog just like in the middle of the night just got up and was like, "Ah!" And I'm like, "What's going on?" It was like 4 a.m. Apparently, I was sick that night, and my grandmother was just saying if I was okay. She does that every now and again. Family usually comes to family when it comes to paranormal. That's one thing I've learned throughout the years. Most of the paranormal that's around you is mostly your family. There are some times where you can get, things that aren't supposed to be there. But it usually is because people don't protect themselves. Always get some, I have this. It's a sacred space. I spray this around when I need some protection or if I need to clear the air. I also like smoke signals. You don't always need sage. Everybody thinks sage is something that you need. It could be any smoke. It could be a flavor that you like. It could be an incense that you like. I like to use lotus personally. I also clean my altar quite often. I have an altar to my ancestors and friends. I have all the pictures all around the mantle. And I always, hit all my dead ancestors. And I always bless them every few days. I'll light a healing and love candle. And that's a blessing. And then I'll also keep a white candle on the side of that mantle for protection. And then I salt the mantle every now and again with Himalaya salt. It's always nice to have salt outside your doors. Every now and again, Himalayan salt is the best. Black Himalayan salt is even better, but it's hard to find. Dogs do sense a lot of things, actually. You'd be surprised, Beth. My dogs, they're kind of used to having family members pop in and out, and they're kind of used to all that. But my dogs, Is there anybody that has any other questions? I see that we got another viewer. Has anybody had any creepy paranormal stuff that they'd like to share? I am feeling a lot better. I'm just still kind of, I got a huge desk. So I had a really tiny desk. And I thought I was going to take a job that was work from home. But then they gave me the employment contract, and I didn't like some language in it. So I kind of turned the position down because they weren't willing to budge on it. And so I got this huge desk now, and I'm like, I don't have to work from home anymore. But if I do get a position that I work from home, at least I have the desk. I'm still kind of like putting it together. I just brought it in like today. But let me show you guys my desk. It's kind of nice. So I have my printer, my Coke. You can see my screen, my tower. And I don't have a mouse pad because my other desk had a cool place for wood. And I have all of my tarot cards that I'm still trying to figure out where I want to put. I think I'm going to, because they're right there, I think I'm going to put them up here and switch them around. So it's kind of nice. And then I have this huge drawer, a cabinet where I can like put stuff in that I haven't done yet. So my brother built this from pallets. My brother's a great carpenter. He's like my dad. But he's moving and doesn't want to take it with him. So I had to just go take a truck. My friend had had to go to Phoenix with me with the truck and help me lift it and bring it in. It was kind of a pain in the butt to bring in because it was like Tetris, but I kind of like the extra space because it's yeah. He also made. Actually, let me scroll the camera over a little bit. Excuse the mess. Okay, I just brought it in today. He also made this coffee table that I turned into a entertainment center because I had my TV on like a box. And he's like, that's pretty ghetto. He also made a wishing well, and he made a bench for outside of his house. He made shoe rack. He made a record. He has a record player. He loves records. I have more on the way, Beth. More decks. He also made a record player with like stand where you can put all your records. He also made where you can stack your laundry baskets, that rack. Like he's made all tons of stuff. Like because ever since he stopped working, because he was forced to, it's not because he wanted to. He's got a lot of time on his hands, and he can kind of go at his own pace when he's building things. So he's got my dad's gift. Like he just knows how to build shit, and he can do it. Like it's kind of nice where he can just build and build and build. I don't know if I like it up there. Well, I will figure out how I want my desk. We've always been carpentry because we lived in the country, so we didn't exactly have the ability to always just call someone on a dime to fix stuff because we live 40 minutes from the nearest grocery store. So like nobody wanted to come out and fix your furnace in the middle of the night. No offense. You had to learn how to do it yourself. So my brother became a builder. I can't lift for shit, but I can I'm skilled in other things. So both those were great carpenters when I was kids. But it is a cool skill to have. I was on a roof when I was 8 years old. Not many people could say that. Everybody wants to text me like at this exact moment. I don't know why. I'm also ordering a mouse pad too. Because I don't have a mouse pad now. And Amazon has it for $6.99. Yay! I ordered a mouse pad. It'll be here, I think, Sunday. I'm using a laminated piece of paper as my mouse pad right now, which isn't cool. I know it's not the coolest thing in the world. But I did find no. Actually, I'll show you. It's going to be Nightmare Before Christmas. Hold on, I got to pull it up. I couldn't remember my stupid Amazon password, and it's signed into my phone, so I had to use my phone to order it. Because apparently it's signed into my computer, but when you actually try to order, you know, it asked for the password, and I'm like, I don't remember my password. See? They're on that rock in the moon. I should order a Golden Girls one. I was just looking for something cheap. But I do have something cool. I finally got my housewarming present. Finally got up. It's A Nightmare Before Christmas, and it says, "Welcome to our wonderful nightmares." And then it says the blank family, which is my last name. And it goes, "Cheers to the fears." And then my friend ordered a Christmas stocking with Jack Skellington that says Happy Holidays. And then she got me a new lanyard. Which is the Golden Girls from ABC Studios. It's hanging up. And her note with it is "New job, new lanyard," which is for my keys. Because I had a Nightmare Before Christmas lanyard when I was with my other job the last 6 years. And she goes, "Now you need a Golden Girls one. New job, new lanyard." Well, I don't have a new job yet. But when I get a new job, I'll have a new lanyard. So, yes, new job, new lanyard. Can't wait. It's so this desk has so much room. I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. The desk has too much room. And I could put my legs all the way underneath the desk and my chair. I never could do that with my other desk, and it always made it like harder to sit at for long periods of time. But now I'm like, no, I can do this. Except I have a dog that's licking my legs. Hi, Tazzy, come here. He doesn't like. Yeah, I know. I've still got it kind of a mess. But now my room is full. I literally can't fit anything else into it. I have a pathway through my room because I got the bigger desk and I got this cool table for my TV. I just had a little box table thing. And my brother's like, "That's so chintzy. You need a table." And I'm like, yeah, but it's hard when you don't have a lot of space. My king size bed takes up half my bedroom, so. This little boy doesn't like all these dogs taking the spot. And it's going to be fun getting in my bed. I've got 5 dogs out here. And they're all like pillows, blankets, everywhere. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say hi and talk a little bit about a paranormal thing, but I am going to go watch The Night Stalker on Netflix. I just found out it came on today. Yay! It's also about the Hotel Cecil. So you need to check it out. The Night Stalker. I got a whiny dog here too. So I am gonna sign out pretty soon and go watch The Night Stalker. I have been traveling a lot today and I didn't get a lot of sleep last night either. So The Night Stalker is calling my name so I can go to bed. Yeah, check it out. Let me know how it is. I am thinking about doing some Facebook Live videos as well as YouTube. And I am thinking about doing a Patreon. Somebody suggested that I do it. If that's something you guys want to see. I'm not a big Patreon fan. I'm not like one to just make you pay to see something. Um, but everybody's suggesting you need a Patreon. And I'm like, okay, maybe. So if that's something you guys want to see as a Patreon, just leave me a comment below, like, hey, Patreon, and I will make one. I'm not willing to put time in it if that's not something that everybody wants. This Patreon takes a lot of time and effort, even to make one, maintain it, and I'm trying to get better at hopping on, Beth. I kind of laxed a little bit when I was sick for obvious reasons. I felt like I was floating, and I had a headache so bad I could barely stand. It's kind of hard to do a Facebook Live or a YouTube when you can barely see and you have a headache so bad. There is a new strand of COVID out there, guys. Be careful. Get vaccinated if you can. If you can't, stay home. Socially distance. All that wonderful stuff that you've been hearing for months and months and months. 2021 is the Great Awakening. As you can see, there's a lot of things that are going on. The storming of the Capitol, the protests. It was a migraine. COVID gives you this really nasty headache that you can't get rid of, no matter what you do, because your nose is all, your nose is all stuffed up, but it's like that first stage of stuffed up when your sinuses are all burning, but there's so much inflammation, but there's really nothing coming out. That's how it felt the whole time. I kept taking hot showers with Vicks balls, like those little Vicks bomb things that you throw in the bottom of a tub and it just vaporizes all this Vicksy smell in the air. Yeah, I did that. I had Vicks going through my room 24/7. That vaporizer stuff. I put Vicks all over. It's like you drowned it in Vicks just so it would all like decongest. I took decongestions. I used nasal spray. I did the nasal rinses. Nothing could help COVID, man. That was the worst experience I ever felt. There was nothing that could get rid of the headache or the fatigue. I slept 15 hours one day. 15 whole hours. I felt like crap. And I woke up, I took one bite of food, and I got sick. And I told myself, you know what? I'm not even going to try to eat anymore. Because one bite made me sick to my stomach. And I wasn't willing to go any further. I was like, that one bite is all you need. And then I lost 15 pounds, 20 pounds, somewhere in there. It was bad. It was bad. And I still have like fatigue and I don't feel like doing anything. I don't like getting out anymore. Yeah, all you do is sleep. I think the only time I got up was to go to the bathroom. I ate that one bite of food. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't even something that special. I think it was like chicken noodle soup. I took like a cracker and dipped it in my chicken noodle soup and just ate the cracker. And it's like that cracker didn't go down well. Like I just, nope. And I was like, this is a cracker. This is nothing that should be upsetting my stomach. But it did. You do all you want to do is sleep. It's the worst thing. COVID is not something I would ever even give to somebody that I don't like. And unfortunately, you test negative for a very long time before you test positive for it. You almost have to be contagious for the full 14 days before you will test positive for it. So COVID is great for weight loss. Never again. I never want to catch it again. I'm going to go get the vaccine. A lot of people won't do it, but I will. I never want to experience that crap again. I was so dizzy that I felt like I was just floating on thin air. And the only thing I had was water, vitamin C, decongestant, which I do the natural decongestant. It's like garlic and something else. And then I had elderberry syrup that day, just one teaspoon. And I felt like I was like 15 feet in the air because I was so dizzy. And I told my uncle, I said, is this how it feels when you die? Because, no, I never wanted to feel that again. I couldn't even move my arm without feeling I was just going through all the air, just dizzy, dizzy, dizzy. So yes, hopefully that makes you wear all y'all want to wear your masks because COVID sucks. Never ever get it. I can tell you all the crazy stories of COVID. I'm pretty sure you don't want to hear them. The fact that you can't eat and like even the water just comes out of you. Everything comes out of you. Like you can't eat, you can't drink that much. Even though you're supposed to stay hydrated, it's hard. I almost felt like I needed an IV at one point. All right, enough about the COVID. I've been on 46 minutes. I thought I'd only be on here for a half hour. I am going to watch The Night Stalker. Let me know if you all seen The Night Stalker in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a nice day, guys. COVID. Thanks. COVID. It could be not considered paranormal. It felt like I was like astral projecting, but that wasn't the case. I was just dizzy. But thank you. Have a good day, guys.